Bah. There we go. That looks like it's working well enough. I think so. Whew. I was not expecting a stream today. I wasn't expecting a chapter to come out today. It was so late, I was like, I'll probably show up on Friday. Probably Friday morning. I completely forgot about it. I've been so busy with work that I have not thought much about One Piece this week. But we got one. And for a second, I was like, I might just wait till the morning. And then I was like, nah, we can do it. We can do it. It's not late. It's not that late. We can get in there. Get on there in the cutting room floor before the spoilers show up and whatnot, you know. Get in there, I do declare. Not a bad idea, you know. Thank you for stopping by, Mr. Bones. I'm tired. I made a bunch of spaghetti. Instead of having, like, good stuff and, like, soda, I'm having spaghetti and beer. So, a lot of downers, not a lot of uppers right now. So, I'm a little groggy. Thank you. They're okay shades. I think I got them really cheap when I was in Gatlinburg last year. I guess, yeah, I've had these for about a year. These are my cheap ones. My expensive ones are somewhere else. Don't know. Another place. But I don't know about you, but it got cold this week. It is finally time. It is finally long sleeve, beanie weather, you know. I have my AC turned off, which hopefully that will save me some money. Right now, I'm going to try it my best to go a while without throwing the heater on. We'll see how long that lasts. It might only last like a day. Because it got cold quick. And it's the day before Halloween, too. I'm not doing anything for Halloween. I have zero plans for Halloween. Now that I come to think about it. Zero. Not very festive this year. I mean, I don't know. I'm working on some festive equivalent things, but not really Halloween stuff for this month. Right now. It's been busy with work and other stuff and hunting. And your baby. The baby. The baby boy. The baby boy. Hello. The baby. What are you doing, baby boy? Is that you? Is that you? On the screen? Is that another baby on the screen? I don't know why my voice is like kind of going away. I haven't done that in like a couple months, but it's done that a lot this year. I don't feel like I've yelled a lot, and I haven't been streaming very much. I'm done with streaming, besides these, for the rest of the year. Oh my gosh, is that how late we are on this? I don't know. That's all over the place with this. Blah, 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 blah. Where's my other one? The other one is around here somewhere, too. Man, crazy I've been doing this for a year. Over a year. Because I started this in... I think in like August or September. Something like that. Maybe it was October. But I've been doing these One Piece streams for a year. And that's fun. It's been a lot of fun. Been one of my highlights. For sure. Doing all these One Piece streams. Hanging out. Seeing people talk and chat. Being able to just like talk about One Piece. But not like scripted wise. You know. It's nice. It's been nice. I enjoy it. I enjoy these streams, which is why I'm still doing them. I'm not doing my gaming streams right now. Those are on hold for the rest of the year. I'm kind of focusing on some other big plans coming up next year for streams on the YouTube. I'm trying to get away from Twitch. Twitch is kind of ew. I heard about the seasonal stuff. I haven't watched since people said it started getting bad for a couple episodes back when like Vegapunk died. Like around there. Which I was like, oh man, those are like some of my, not when he first got like stabbed and stuff. And I was like, oh, those are like some of my favorite chapters. And then people were saying like, oh, it's a bad Toei one. So then I just didn't watch it. And then I haven't caught up in a while. So pretty much since we got out of the Kuma flashback, I haven't been keeping up with it. But I might eventually. But you know, I already have my opinions on the Gorosei fight. You can find them on my YouTube channel. But, yeah, technically, yeah, season 2, if that's how you would count it. But, I don't know, it doesn't make much of a difference for me. I kind of assumed it was always like that. The fact that it's not like that is weird. I don't know how none of that works. I think most people don't. I think most people don't understand that One Piece doesn't have seasons. I think most normal people are just like, okay, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't care. I don't know. But let's just get into it. I've been yapping for 10 minutes now. And it's time for me to read some One Piece. Now that I'm, getting in, I had to shake up to get in there. I ain't got no caffeine in my house. Well, I do have coffee, but I didn't want to make coffee right now. I've made a big bowl of spaghetti already, so I wasn't expecting to have to be entertaining today. But, yeah, I don't know. As long as the manga keeps showing up and being good, which I like it right now. I like what's going on in the manga. I know a lot of people are not happy with the Domi Reversi, but we'll see how it goes. I'm like, yeah, this is exactly what we thought was going to happen, but yeah. Which, then people are like, oh, you just love everything Oda does. You're an Oda's angel. I'm like, if you watch my streams, I do be yapping and bickering and critiquing all the time. Most of my actual One Piece YouTube videos are critiques. The Saul video, the Olvia video, the Gorose video, all of my main One Piece videos I've put out are major critiques. But I have some ideas for some non-critiques. I have some glaze. I have some glaze videos I want to make eventually. I don't know when, because I'm working on some other big projects not related to One Piece or gaming right now. Working on stuff, but enough of that. That's not what you're here. We're here for the One Piece. So we're gonna get into it right now. Now that we're officially 10 minutes into the stream. Last time we left off, we got a big old attack with all the top ones. Everyone that was considered a top one of something at some point all did one big attack on Emu, and it did nothing. So people are like, oh, what is Usopp going to do then? And I was like, well, obviously Usopp's not going to do nothing when we go back. He already blew up half of her face, and I didn't do nothing. But whatever. We'll worry about that when we get to that, which, I am a Luffy enjoyer, so I will enjoy it when we get back to Luffy, because we didn't get a lot of Luffy in the first part of Elbaf, so that's what more I'm excited about. But let's get on to this. Chapter 1164. Oh, wait. No. We are still in God Valley, so we throw on combat music. Let's throw a loop on that. To get us in the mood. I can't have weird lo-fi while we're, seeing the demise of rocks. We gotta get some combat music going. Cover request by Who Cares? Perona catching a rabbit. Alice in Wonderland reference, Who, as I was saying, who made this request? When? We've had a year and a half of these cover stories. At what point does the Shonen Jump, is there like a website? Or is it just like on the back of Shonen Jump Weekly, where it's just like, hey, in like a year and a half, I'm sure he'll be done with this cover story. If you want to do a request, it might show up in like 2 years, maybe. Like, when did Shimone Tomari write this cover request? When? That's what I want to know. Oh yeah, no, Loki's explaining this all in 3 minutes. He was here. He's in the bushes. I mean, I think, if we're being honest, he's literally probably just explaining that, the very first part of the flashback when they saw Harald die. I think that's literally the only part that he is explaining. Luffy isn't learning all of this, obviously. Loki isn't telling Luffy about rocks in the God Valley flashback. Luffy does not know who Rocks is. Luffy does not know what God Valley is, and he probably literally never will. Maybe he'll say Rox's name once. That is my prediction. If we come out of this flashback and Luffy's like, wow, that Rox guy sounded crazy, then I'll eat my hat, I'll eat crow. But I don't think that he's mentioning, I don't think he's actually mentioning Rox in this 3-minute discussion to untie him. I think that we're getting all that, but like Luffy doesn't know about that. I don't know. And I don't know, maybe he would be. He would probably want to learn more about, about Shanks, being a baby Shanks and his baby, not his dad. Maybe Garp. He'll be interested in Garp, not his dad though. But let's get into it. What did you say? Perfume? Okay. Okay, I was talking about perfume. Good for him. All right. Let's turn that down a little bit. That's a little much. All right, now we're actually getting into it. Actually getting into the chapter, 14 minutes in. Rocks got hit with Domi Reversi. Good job, editors. Okay. So, we got the Saturn Emu combination up there. They're high up in the air, too, Yeah, except with Shanks, which is a little bit like, okay. It's interesting. But he's going, rocks! Look at Whitebeard. He's, rocks! That sure does look like a I'm yelling my friend's name pose. Rocks! See, I can criticize One Piece. I'm just messing around. I'm sorry I have a scrangly voice, though. That's my fault. Well, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. Our attacks didn't even phase that spider thing. Garp is looking like, what the heck? I swear this is the exact same shot from last week, too. Like, this very first thing. So that is Big Mom. It didn't look like Big Mom last chapter in the corner over there. Look at all these people looking at Emu and never mention Emu ever again. We got Whitebeard. We got Kaido. What in the world? Big Mom looking good. How obstinate. You shouldn't scoff at humans, you beast. Davy D. Jones. That's the name of the previous king of the world. Okay. The previous king of the world. So the person that Emu usurped at some point. Now, is that person Joy Boy as well? We don't know. Particularly, I'm going to assume right now, probably. But look at that. He's keeping his composure for now. He's probably not going to hold it. He's not going to be able to hold it, probably. But he's probably going to get like a good last laugh in, though. I was about to get into some shenanigans about how people are like, oh, people with the D, they have to die with a smile. Like, they literally have to. I have to peer and look and make sure that they have to because that's canon, even though it's not canon. People made that up. There's like, there's like one person like noted that like great people, like some people who like got that dog in them die with a smile. But like, it was never, no one ever explicitly stated that if you have a D in your name, you will die with a smile. That is not a canon thing that was said in the story. Yet people like have gaslit themselves into thinking that's a real quote. It's not. It's not. So when people see like Odin dying with a smile, they're like, was Odin actually a D? I'm like, no, you're missing the point. You're missing the point. It's not literally only the D clan that does that. It's like it's just a cool thing. Because Clover's a D now, and he went down with a smile. I saw those O'Hara flashbacks. He was crying while he was burning alive in a tree. I do declare. He sure wasn't. I'll read that later. Insolent fool! That wretch was never king. Not for a single moment. There has no place in the fate that binds Moo and Davy. Ooh, he's getting pissed. Ooh, he touched a nerve. Then you shouldn't be so scared. It's just a name, after all. You've been afraid for a long time, haven't you? Afraid that one day someone's gonna inherit Davy's will and fulfill the promise. Ooh, who's gonna inherit that will? Is it Luffy? Is it Blackbeard? Is it you? Luffy be inheriting a lot of wills, you know. I wonder who scares you most. Davy D. Jones. Joy Boy. Okay, so are they two different people? We still don't know. We still don't know if they're two different people right now. They could be. We don't know yet. Cease this babble. They shall never... Okay, they're two different people. There we go. Okay, that's huge. That's actually huge information that Davy Jones and Joy Boy are two different people. And we know that Joy Boy is definitely like a Luffy thing, so Davy is not a Luffy thing, you know. Someone else is inheriting his will. But like, ooh, oh yeah, Buggy, sure, yeah, whatever. If it is, good for you. I'm just gonna read like a normal person for now. Cease this babble. They shall never resurface, so long as thou fades into oblivion. Davy, Mu has found the perfect soldiers now. A certain nation, he loves saying certain, of gentle and indecisive giants. Ooh. He's like, yo, I'm going to take out these giants. I'm gonna go take them out. I'm gonna farm them. Giants, you bastard! Stay away from Harald. He just wants peace. Indeed, this is an unprecedented opportunity. A sovereign this pliable may never appear again. Thy current deposition is quite similar. Now, make haste. Woo! There we go. He can't hold it in much longer, man. That frazzled him. That frazzled him up a little bit, talking about the giants. Put an end to Davy's dream. And Whitebeard's still just looking up, going, oh boy. What the? Rocks? What happened? Did it do something to you up there? Damn it. I'm fading. All right, he's not out yet, but he's got like a sliver. He's got a sliver of it left, you know. Ooh, you think that he possessed Zunisha, and that's like his biggest possession so far. Maybe. Could be cool. Huh? Annihilate Davy's lineage with my own hand. With thy own hand. Snuff out all obstacles on God Valley. Is it me or are you bigger? Out of the way. Their blood must be purged from the pages of history. Oh! He just did a big old stab on Kaido's on his nose. On his snoot. You booped Kaido's snoot. Oh, no. Oh, Rocks, what are you doing? Kaido, who's supposed to be like invincible, by the way. Can't hit him. So, stabs him in the nose. Grabs him. And then does a big old... Ooh, and his cape is going to turn into the wings. That's actually really good. Kaido! Oh no! Kaido got one shot! Kaido got one shot. Damn you, Rocks! Aren't we meant to be allies? And then he does some crazy stuff. And then gives him a big old bang. And then shoop! And Whitebeard's like, oh boy, this is not good. We're in your way, Rocks. You are. Ooh, there we go. A clash. Ooh, Kaido and Big Mom did not get a clash. But Whitebeard... Have you not noticed? Oh, yeah. Boy. Did you just read the same chapter twice? Well, I'm not waiting for you. You'll have to back up then. Because we got a clash against Mr. Rocks and Mr. Whitebeard, which is cool. It's not even with the sword, too. It's just with his boom, boom, boom hands. You know? Would a Domi Reversi person even be able to use Conqueror Saki? I mean, we see, like, the streaks of it and stuff around, so I assume so. We don't see like hockey like on his hands. I don't think that's a black blade. Brr, 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 brr. But cool clash. Kraken. What's about to happen? Oh, that's cool. There it goes. Goodbye. So, a clash between Rocks and Whitebeard is what took out half of God Valley. That's crazy, man. The whole mountain falling. Domi Rocks looking not happy. That's around the area, though, where she was running. She told him to run that way, so. Woo! Yep. And then his girl still running. All warships at the northeast coast of... Get away from the island! All ships, pull back! Oh, that was close. Who was responsible? This unforgivable act must be punished. Hurry, everyone. Don't sail without us, or you'll all be put to death. Hurry. All right, so they're not off the island yet. They're still working on it. We finally see some. But are we going to see Gloriosa, though? Are we going to see... Are we going to see Gloriosa this chapter? Because I think we saw her show up at God Valley and then proceeded to literally never see her again. That's the one person that we're not like seeing like, Captain John right now or nothing. But let's see. Oh, I see Shaki though. Southwest of the region. Come on, Rayleigh. This island's toast. Roger's safe, right? Treasure, isn't this incredible? Ah, it's a dead end. Move it. Who are those people? I don't know. Bunch of scallywags. Damn it. I couldn't even save one tiny baby. So, that's kind of crazy that Dragon... Oh, man. That's kind of crazy. Like, Dragon doesn't even know that he helped save Shanks. He thinks... Oh my gosh, he probably just thinks that both of those babies are dead. Dragon, like, today, probably thinks that both of those kids are dead. That's so sad. Where did he go? Kuma, give it a rest. It would be too risky to keep trying to save people. He's still at it. There might still be more people out there. Oh, found one. Ooh, who's that? Who's he? Is he gonna go help Captain John? Damn that Gonzui. Shaky! Asshole. You'll never make it off this island alive, you hear? No one gets the drop on me. Good. What happened? I guess that's all canon. The Shiki stuff is canon still. Not like the movie, but like the stuff before, like the chapter 0 of him like being an impel down or something. Or him escaping him. I don't know. But he still got some treasure. Good for him. Everyone, to the coast. We need stretchers. We can't. The forest's on fire. Oh boy. Oh boy, here he comes. Here he comes. He's a-coming. This is back. Zebek. He looks not great. He doesn't look as bad as like some of the other Domi Reversi people though. Like, like the Dorian Bragi weren't looking too good when we last saw them, so. So you lost? I'm sorry. It's our fault. You faced that thing to save us even though you weren't ready yet. Teach. Oh, she's blaming herself on that. Oh man, she's like, I just should have let him protect me or something. Shouldn't have done this Scooby-Doo split up plan. We have no choice but to jump into the sea and swim. I won't let the Davy clan end here. We'll survive, no matter what. Escapees spotted on the coast. Are these Marines gonna go shoot at these? Well, they said escapees, so. So he's about to slash them. We get some bang bang, shooting cannonballs at all of them. They're like, oh no, we got our father trying to slash us behind us and cannonballs in front of us. Oh! Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Oh! Oh! Oh my gosh! What? It was Kuma! Of course! It was always Kuma! It was Kuma all along! Bro! He saved Kuma saved Blackbeard. So Dragon saved Shanks, and Kuma saved Blackbeard. So both of the revolutionaries saved two of the future Yonkos. And then both of their kids are now fighting those. Absolutely crazy. But what's going to happen to Kuma? He's about to get slashed instead. He's taken. You better get out of there. You're in a bad predicament. I mean, we know Kuma is fine. He seems fine when we saw him after his thing, so. Okay, looks like he poofed himself, which is good. That's crazy. What a That's awesome. Love that. Love that. Because he was like, oh, I found one. I love that Kuma is still like relevant in this flashback. We're seeing more of that. We thought we were just done with him. We were just going to like see like, oh, yeah, you know. But no, it was good stuff. Kaboom. So they get away though. What happens to her? So now all the celestial dragons are leaving. And then we got Teach and her seeming to be fine. I don't know where he poofs them. So she poofs them like all the way to Sorbet. I don't think he poofed them to Sorbet, but but right now, what is even your objective? Your objective is to take out the rest of your clan, so you know. Yeah. Don't forget Roger. Gold D Roger, doesn't matter. That D don't matter. Monkey D Dragon, those Ds don't matter. They don't matter as much. Those can be around. I don't know. I might need to read up on some of that Reverie stuff again with Lily and stuff. Remember Lily? Remember Alabasta? Man, I just can't get over this Kuma thing. This is crazy. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Yo, like I'm marking out. I'm marking out because the Kuma flashback is so good. It's so good. And then, like, this is just adding to it. This is just adding to it. We're just still getting more Kuma dubs. I hope he doesn't come back to life in a very dumb way. But we'll see. We'll see. That's going to bring Elbaf down a couple notches. If both Vegapunk and Kuma somehow are revived in this. Don't forget we had that Saul stuff at the beginning of Elbaf, too. Saltax. We got a Saltax on this arc. Don't forget that. Davy. Next. Extinguish all who remain on the island. All right, so this is actually what I said was going to happen a long time ago, is that he was just going to go eight sharps, just on everyone. He was just going to go berserk. And that's why Garp and Roger have to team up. Vice Admiral, Garp, please hurry up. I told you to get the hell out of here. And how long are you going to stick around? Roger, where are you? I'm fine. Let me know when everyone's on board. Stop it, Rocks. Rocks? Why does he look like that? Oh, man. I think this is good stuff. I know there's probably a lot of people who are like, no, Rox is supposed to be stronger than that. He's supposed to just get out of it, you know? No, Imu's too powerful. I'm like, this is good stuff. This is good stuff. I've criticized things in this chapter, though. I have. I'm not just a complete, you know. When I see it that I like something, I'm going to say that I like something, you know. More than anything else, I like being surprised. That is my one big thing on One Piece. That a lot of, like, One Piece did, is that like I love being surprised at every twist and turn that comes around. Like I remember in his lobby, you just never knew what was going on. You know, Frankie, you know, inflates his butt and then shoots away, and then trains show up, and then it's just like oh, okay, we're doing this now. There's a lot of okay, we're doing this now, and when that happens in One Piece, that's when it's Kino. That's when it's Kino. So, you know, when you can't predict One Piece is when I like it the most. Brock's is going crazy. We got Garp and Roger. Just they're lock in. This is the most we gotta lock in panel I've ever seen. Like straight up, they're just like ever since like Luffy and Annie's live, like bring it on, Rocks. Davy. He goes, whoosh. What the hell have you turned into? I won't let you go after my crew. Roger, Garp. This voice. Woo! Woo! We get a voice of all things? Please. What's with that expression? Please, kill me. And they're like, oh my gosh. And then he's just going for it. The climax. Woo! Ooh! Whoa! Wow! What? Oh! Woo! Feeling this is the most emotion I've felt since streaming this. Holy moly. That's the craziest thing. That is crazy. Bro, what a chapter. I wasn't expecting to, like, feel things this chapter. I thought I was going to feel things because of him, like, killing his wife or something. That did not happen. But he can't control his body, but he can still communicate through the voice of all things, which we still don't know anything about it or how it works or any of that. But that's crazy. Oh, because we know the story is that Roger and Garp had to fight rocks and kill rocks to save celestial dragons, to protect celestial dragons. That's the story. That's the cover-up. That's the Sengoku interpretation of things. Who was not there. Big Buddha Boy ain't even there. But the fact that that's crazy. Like he's like crying. He doesn't have like that like evil expression that like Dory and Broggy have right now, where he's like like he's out of control of his body, but he's still, that changes a lot of things actually too. Maybe it's just because he's a D and he's just got that dog in him but he's like still conscious of like what's going on. Oh, bro. Because we saw this, like, we've only really seen this a couple times. We've only seen this with, like, Zunisha and Luffy talking to each other. And then we saw this with Luffy and Momo talking to each other. Luffy and Momo, I think. And Luffy and Momo and Zunisha. Which is, why again? He's not a D. Momo's not a D. So D thing doesn't matter. But he's got the Voat. The Voat. So Dean, voice of all things, two different things. So Momo's got it. But when Luffy was unconscious in the water, he was able to talk to Momo. To Momo, I think. I'm trying to remember all the where Momo was when that happened. Like I'm trying to remember how because Luffy had to relay the message of like, hey, I'm coming back and I'm going to win. And that was just like to keep up the morale because things were going bad in Wano. You know, Chopper was losing it. He wasn't doing okay. And I think it took Zoro or Sanji to be like, hey, snap out of it, boyo. Luffy will get better. I'm trying to remember all that. Because this would be the first time since that the voice of all things has shown. Well, no. What am I saying? Because then, you know, we had Luffy and Emmett as well. So no, I'm dumb. We had that at the end of Egghead as well. I don't know. It's a very interesting like power or thing. And it's always used in like very different ways, like the way it's being used right now of like, so like I assume that like next week we're going to get a cool fight for one. A cool fight choreography. We're going to get some cool clashes, but the entire time during the clash, he's going to be monologuing or he's going to say something. Here comes like the Garp stuff, you know, because people are still mad at Garp. Garp either being on fraud watch or Garp just like being not that interesting. This is where it's going to happen. While they are fighting, Rox is going to like probably talk about what his plan was going to be. He's going to talk about, you know, what's going on. He's going to give like the deets. And then those deets, whatever Rox is about to say next chapter is going to be why Garp does not just quit. Because of, you know, because from what we're seeing of what's happening, why would Garp not just quit? And why would, you know, Emu not just fire him or kill him after this too? It's because, and why would no one else know? It's because those are the only three people with the voice of all things. Garp has the voice of all things, which is crazy. Because Roger is able to like read poneglyphs too. Don't forget that. That's something that we haven't even gotten into as Roger. Like what Roger knows. Like it's so weird. Like Rox, we think that like Roger and Rox are just opposites, but like there's a good possibility that like the will of Rox is going to be passed on to both of these people right after this. Not even on to Teach. Man, the last thing that Teach saw of his dad was him chasing him too. That's crazy too. Bro. Like actually, this is the first time since like Kuma's death that like something is like affecting me like this. I don't think it has as much as when we saw Vegapunk start crying, because that was like something else. But this is like right up there with like holy moly moments in One Piece. Because I don't think I got much of that. Well, that's not true. I had a very emotional moment in Wano when Joy Boy was like first introduced. Not the actual Gear 5, but like the week before when they were like, oh, Joy Boy. And you saw like him with like the weird gooey hair. I remember that because that was like a really bad week for me. I remember where like some not great things happened. And I was really bummed out. And then I came home and then I read that chapter. And I was like, oh, I have hope. Yes. But Loki is definitely not telling all of this to Luffy right now in the span of 3 minutes. If you know, obviously, I don't even have to say that, but I am saying it. Also, Gloriosa. Was Gloriosa here? No. 2v1 is happening. 2v1 is happening. But here's going to be the cope. The cope is going to be like, oh, because of him fighting back and saying, please kill me, Rox is actually holding back here. Rox could have easily 2v1'd Roger and Garp together with his hand tied behind his back, but because even though he's getting the buff from Domi Reversi, since he's fighting it, it's actually almost evening out, but he totally could have won if he wasn't holding himself back. Surely, with his hacker. Which we haven't seen him, like, you know, black fist any of his body while he's Domi Reversi just yet. Don't know if he can do that. Or if I just didn't feel like drawing that today. But I love this. I love these panels up here too. Of like, I love this. Is so Luffy. Both of this is like just so Luffy of just him, and then just saying like, bring it on. Like very, very like Ennie's lobby. You know, yelling for Robin on the rooftop. Ah, man. I want Luffy to do something cool again. I'm ready for Luffy to do a cool thing again. He didn't really do cool things. He was kind of just around an egghead. And he hasn't done any cool things just yet in Elbaf yet either. Remember Road? Remember Legoland? How is this tying into any of that? What are the themes of Elbaf? Where that's tying into that? I don't know. I couldn't tell ya. I couldn't tell ya. I couldn't tell ya what the meaning behind the Legoland is. Why we had all of that. Why that was the introduction to Elbaf. It was a bit weird. It was just a reason for them to have skimpy outfits, I guess. And to confuse everyone. And to be like, oh, Luffy can go Gear 4 without going Gear 4 now. He can use Gear 4 attacks out of Gear 4. He hadn't done that since. He hadn't done anything. Really. He punched Loki once. And he, he tanked an attack by, Scopper's kid. But those are about the only two things that he's done. He's been kind of just chilling downstairs eating sausages with Loki. He did like a little like hockey-less like soft punch on him too, while they recovered. I'm yapping, but I enjoyed this chapter a lot. I'm sure a lot of people are like, "It's over, boys. It's over." But this voice of all things thing at the end, really did it. And then the Kuma thing at the end too. Kuma still being relevant. Kuma still getting W's in this flashback, even though we thought we had seen the end of him. The fact that he actually saved Whitebeard's mom, which is almost like the reason we thought that Blackbeard was like super bitter and evil is because, his mom was killed in a terrible way in God Valley and stuff. No. Mom's still around. I mean, maybe not. We don't know. We've seen Kuma save a lot of people. I don't know why it would be different on like where he like why would he take these two people anywhere different than where he's going, which I assume is the Sorbet Kingdom, or it could just be another island somewhere else. I don't know. I honestly don't know where Kuma was taking people. That wasn't really explained, but it said he saved a lot of people and almost tanked a hit from. No, he would have died. He would have died if he got touched there. But Kuma's fast. Kuma's real fast. Oh no. But good old little Teach made it out of God Valley alive. Didn't have to see his parents die technically. Saw his daddy come for him real bad like, but hey, that was a good unexpected thing. Like I was saying, I love these unexpected things. We all expected Rox to kill his wife. And Rox did not kill his wife. And it looks like that he's not going to get the chance to kill his wife. So, we just have to think about what happens next chapter, which is no break, which is crazy. But obviously, big cool fight, 2v1. We've been waiting for this. Hopefully there will be cool, like Rox will give good exposition about that. I'm sure he's going to say something about Elbaf, being like, okay, I know of a super important thing, a super important fruit in Elbaf that y'all need to know about, for one. And then also, be wary that Emu's trying to take Elbaf. Don't let Emu do that. And then What else would he be saying? He'd be saying those things, and he'd probably be like, "Oh, tell Harald I'm sorry," or something. He might not need to. He doesn't need to apologize, really, but we don't know if that last fight of theirs, was a diversion or not. Well, maybe we'll never know. You know what's interesting, though, about, like, the will thing is that I think that Rox actually has a little bit of control, because I think from this, like, Davy thing right here, the fact that he's fighting these two and not, like, fighting, like, all this fodder down here, and the fact that Emu is, like, confused and is like, "Oh, observation hockey, surprised," is that he has enough willpower to steer himself towards Garp and Roger and not towards other people. I don't know. That might just be a theory or something. But, like, I think he's got a little bit of control left in him, besides the voice of all things. He's got a little bit left in him. Either that or just like the call out, the bring it on. Like, the taunt just, like, worked. It was just super effective somehow. The taunt was just so good from Roger and Garp. It is very cool seeing... The relationship between Garp and Roger. Man. It's so interesting. And then Roger knows all these things. That's why he went for the One Piece. Remember, like, Rox hasn't talked about the One Piece ever. He's just talking about going to Mary Joie and becoming the king of the world. Because Davy used to be the old king of the world. So he's reclaiming the throne. You know. And watch that throne. Don't let me in the zone. Don't let me into my zone. Don't let me in the zone. This is line. You are now watching the throne. Don't let me into my zone. Papa, 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 papa. Yeah, man. I mean, like, yeah, he's like the rightful king of the world. The old king of the world which, was there a king of the world before Emu? I'd have to go back to the mural and see what's going on with that, because we still got the ancient kingdom and all the technology and, the Ark and Zanisha and the Maxim Arcus, whatever it's called. And Naru, NL. Not NL. And then we got the weird people on the moon. We got the moon. Moon hadn't been really important in this flashback just yet. Have we even seen the moon? Probably not. But also, what I'm assuming that right after this is that, like, this next clash between these three giants is going to, like, absolutely destroy the rest of God Valley. It'll be completely destroyed. Maybe it'll become filler bark someday. I don't know. Do we see? I mean, we still see Captain... Golly, it probably is Thriller Bark. If they don't get off, then it is. If Gonzui and John don't make it off, I don't know. Did Gloriosa make it off? Maybe not. I think Gloriosa is dead, guys. I think Gloriosa is dead. Also, though, Z. That's where Shanks is. Baby Shanks. Baby Shanks. There's Baby Shanks right there. The guy, this guy. Who's saying treasure? Isn't this incredible? I don't know if it's someone specific or not. Man, though. And then just like like so many revelations this week. Like with the Kuma saving them. Obviously Voice of All Things at the end. I couldn't save. Golly, what an emotional chapter. I couldn't even save one tiny baby. Oh my gosh. And then Kuma's over there like, oh, I could have saved more people. And then Dragon's over here being like, I couldn't even save one baby. Bro. Because he's like a 18-year-old too. So it's just like, oh my gosh. Or he's 16, I think. So, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Can't even imagine. I can't even imagine. Like all of like the characters that are like not hitting close to home like personally, but like man, if I was in that predicament of like saying like, man, I could not save a baby. I tried saving a baby and I couldn't do it. Like that's like the most emotional turmoil of any character right now in like this entire incident. Who's not dead, I guess. Which no one's died yet. Who has died? No one. What happened with everyone? Because we know, Dragon, not Dragon, but Kaido got right onto the... Kaido's out. He gets kneed and just goes right into the wall. And then we get a cool clash with Whitebeard that cracks the thing. And then he does that. Well, that's all we see of that. I guess we just got to assume that he won the clash. Because, like, he's looking like Whitebeard's looking real disheveled right now. I guess it's, like, meant to assume that, like, the actual mountain fell on him. Because then we don't see him again. So we don't actually know what happened with Whitebeard after that clash. So, don't know. But, crazy. All these three Yonko. All three Yonko were taken out in the span of 2 pages. By rocks. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. And then, like, all of this stuff, Davy D. Jones being rule of the world, the fact that Davy Jones and Joy Boy are confirmed to be 2 different people, and we see that, and he was the ruler before Emu, so there was someone before Emu, and it was Davy, who's the king. Which means that Joy Boy was not the king. Maybe he was the king of a different place. Or maybe he was just a guy. It said he was the first pirate. The first... Wait. Name of the previous king of the world. And that makes more sense of, like, why Rox isn't like, oh, I want to be king of the pirates. I don't want to... I'm trying to be king of the pirates. No, he wants to be king of the world because his ancestor was a king of the world. And then why Luffy wants to be a pirate is because his ancestor, Joy Boy, was the king of the pirates. Or was the first pirate, I guess. He was probably, I don't know. They might say he's the king of the pirates, but obviously because of Roger, too. Now that they're related. That was Ace. Inherited wheel. I wonder if there's like a dial. I wonder if there's like a tree. Has anyone made a tree of like inherited wills of like, okay, this was Roger's, and then this is Roger, and then it goes to like Shanks, and then it goes to Luffy, and then you got Roger, and then it's also like Ace. Ace, did he inherit the will? I don't think he did. I think he got that from Whitebeard, and then it was Ace, and then they were like, oh, someone will inherit his will afterwards. Did that go also into Luffy? Or did that go into Sabo? I don't think that they have the same inherited will, Sabo and Ace, even though they have the same fruit. Remember Sabo? Have I don't think I've seen now, I mean, since we've started Elbaf, no, there's been zilcho Sabo. We'll get Sabo soon. I wonder, we're going to get an intermission. Are we going to get an intermission before we go back to Elbaf? That would be nice. Now that we know more things, it would be nice to see what's going on with Garp. Well, I guess we know what's going on with Garp. He is in the hole. You know, he is being tied up by Teach. You know, the guy whose daddy he fought. Who's talking to him. But I hope, my biggest hopes is that next week, Rox says to them in their heads a lot of things, and all of these things are why Roger and Garp are the way they are for the rest of the story. Because after this, you know, they still fight each other and stuff too, so. But they know that they have to be on separate sides too. I don't know. There's so much to this. I'd love to actually talk with someone about this or see what the biggins are saying, if they have completely different perspectives of mine. But, you know, thank you, Mr. Bones and Ian Kamobi, for stopping by, if you ever watch the rest of this. But I'm going to go. My voice is shot. Maybe it'll be better by next week. Who knows? I'm not streaming or nothing for the next week, so. Yeah, I hope you all have a safe, happy Halloween. Put your dogs up. Don't leave your dogs outside on Halloween because people can be miscreants on Halloween. So keep your dogs inside is my main thing, and stay safe. Goodbye.